Hello everyone, this is Jordan. This video is being recorded on the afternoon of Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, going to talk about silver, which today, in daily closing terms, closed at an 11-year high. Now, it already did so in weekly terms a couple weeks ago for 2 weeks. So we got the weekly breakout, pulled back some. Now we have the daily breakout, and hopefully later this month we'll get the monthly breakout. But just going to talk about our expectations going forward, the key levels, and the things that you should know. So let's get into it. So starting off here, this is a chart with gold at the top, silver in the middle, and then at the bottom we have silver divided by gold. Now, these lines, you have two lines basically around all the breakouts. So this dashed line, those are gold breakouts, and then the red line are silver breakouts. And this is something I've talked about in the past, how you get a major breakout in gold, and then it's followed by a silver breakout. Now, at the bottom here, we can see that in most cases, when silver makes its breakout, that is the point when silver starts to outperform gold. So again, silver divided by gold here. So when this line is moving up, that's silver outperforming. So we can go back and we can see here where this line is the silver breakout. That's silver outperforming. So silver breakout, then you can see the outperformance. Silver breakout here, little outperformance. Silver breakout here, 2005, then you see the outperformance. So basically where we are now, silver is breaking out above this $29 resistance. So a couple weeks, in a month or so, we can update this chart, put another vertical red line here, and based on history, that tells us that it's very likely that we can already see silver starting to outperform gold, but it's very likely that silver's outperformance of gold, that could accelerate as things move forward. Okay, so let's talk about silver's price action. And I could go through all the charts here, but that would be too long of a video. So I'm just going to talk about a couple. So this is the silver monthly chart. So every point here is just a monthly close. Now, it's still May 15th, so we still have half the month to go. So it's a little risky here talking about a monthly chart and a monthly close, again, because we're only halfway through the month. But given where silver is now, we can see the monthly resistance here. Odds are when this month ends, you're going to see silver around this level or higher, and it's going to maintain this monthly breakout here. So I don't have a huge worry about that. But the beauty of this monthly line chart is we can see the next level. This is 36 right here. This red line is at 35 because we can see, monthly closes here. So we can look at this. And look, there was a bottom there before a rally, big decline. So we can see 35 in monthly terms. And again, this is 36 right here. This is going to be a very key level moving forward. Of course, silver closed just below 30 today. And I'll get into the measured upside target. But again, 35, we've been talking about it, 34, 35. But the monthly chart is telling us 35 is the next significant resistance. Okay, now let's talk about the daily chart. So here we can see we got the breakout here. And again, this is 35. So, and I think this comes into play, these lows here around 33, 34. So again, doesn't matter. I mean, you could even look at the yearly chart, the quarterly chart. They're all pointing to that 35, 33, 34 area. So the daily chart and the yellow, I've highlighted here the price action before silver makes a breakout or an impulsive move. So you go back here, and this is actually similar to here, and especially because you had the two resistance lines. I mean, remember back after during the GFC, you had 20 here, which is the main resistance. Then you had, I think, 22. Similar here, where 26 is really the main resistance. Then you have 28, 29, which, I mean, silver is moving through now. So the two resistance levels, it reminds me of this. Then you can see the yellow. It's very similar action before silver begins a breakout or a real impulsive move. You can see this consolidation, and it holds above the 400-day moving average here. The silver was so strong here, but again, you got the consolidation, a little bit of a test of the 400-day there. What's more evident here, 2004 to 2005, consolidation bounced above, or I should say bounced at the 400-day moving average. So there's just a lot of similar. This is how markets work. I mean, there's similar patterns in price action. It's just the beauty of markets and technical analysis. But talking about measured upside moves, this is kind of an unconventional head and shoulders here. You have a shoulder here, and this is a shoulder and a head. But so 26 down to 18. That measured upside target gives you 34. I have seen a few people talking about, well, you have this 29 and 18, so that's 11. That measures up to 40. I would like to see more action like this before thinking that 40 is a high probability target. So I think 34 is a much higher probability target. Nevertheless, that doesn't mean silver can't hit 40 on this move, go above 34 and hit 40 on this move. I'm just telling you that the evidence and the probability, based on what I'm looking at, 34, 35 is going to be a stronger target for silver than $40. But, as I said, it could go right through 34 and go to 40. It's possible. Okay, so let's wrap things up here with the gold-silver ratio. And so this is just a daily line chart of gold divided by silver. And we can see it closed at 80 today. It's breaking this trend line. It's clearly broke it, whether you measure it from here, which I like to do, or from here. So this is a clear trend line break. The initial downside target is probably 75. And in people, if you think about a gold-silver ratio of 75, gold, I believe almost, what did it close at? 2,400 today or something like that, or maybe even higher. I apologize. But if you have 2,700 gold or 2,750 and you have a 75 gold-silver ratio, I mean, that's bringing you to 33 or 34 already. So, yes, initially, this should come down to test 75. This is the next strong support, 65. So when this ratio breaks below 75, it's going to come down to test 65. And do what you want with the numbers. Plug in 3,000 gold divided by 65 or 3,500 divided by... Plug in your own numbers and figure out targets. But where we are here and now, based on this, silver is going to outperform gold. And remember here, silver outperforms after silver breaks out. It outperforms usually after these red vertical lines. And, you know, we're going to have another one here because silver's breaking out. And silver is at this time, silver's actually already started to outperform before that breakout. Maybe 26 was the actual more significant breakout. But my point is, there's a lot of evidence here that silver is really going to outperform gold moving forward over the days, weeks, and months ahead. And it also makes sense with the macro. If you think about the macro, it's becoming stagflationary or less recessionary. Worries about inflation and too much money and all those things, that favors silver over gold. But if you get into a recessionary environment, that favors gold over silver. So when we're looking at all these charts, it's important to it's important to align it with the actual macro and things that are going on in the economy. You have to have the fundamentals and the technicals line up. With that said, thank you so much for tuning in. All those that came out and said hello at the Vancouver MIF last weekend, really appreciate it. Was so glad to see all you there. And if you haven't already, go to TheDailyGold.com, opt in there, get my free newsletter, and also go to TheDailyGold.com/premium. Consider subscribing to the Daily Gold Premium. It's a great value. Of course, I'm talking my book, but what a great time for gold and silver and juniors and miners. We are starting. We're in a new bull market now. It's really exciting. On that note, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video.